where, why, and how. If you ask these questions, you may figure it out. See, numbers are important when you need to know. Get exact measurements so that you can show the length, the width, the depth, the height, the volume, or how bright is the light. You probably didn't know that you can measure that right. See, experiments begin with guessing, but then you gotta use the scientific methods. And if you gotta do it over, just make sure you use fair tested. It's got to be accurate. If there's a question, you can answer it. In the next verse, we're gonna practice it. Come on.
Progression Incorporated was started by myself in 2008. And I really wanted to branch out from my everyday teaching in the classroom to affect more kids across the country using the arts. And we're talking about artists who are the top in their fields, the top gospel artists, the top R&B artists, the top jazz artists. And we go into the schools with a program called the Learning Express. We take material from the standardized test and we sock it to the kids with stuff like the scientific method, using rap and jazz. And some of these jazz artists are the top in their field. They're from Detroit, they travel the world. We have members who are members of the Count Basie Orchestra. We have others who travel across the country playing music.
My name is Chris Johnson. I am the project director for Pontiac Games, a grant made possible through the Department of Education. I'm also the creator of the Learning Express, and what we try to do with this program is to integrate the arts with academics by using hip-hop and jazz together to teach students concepts like science, math, reading, in some cases history. And I think it's a really powerful program that the kids will benefit from a lot. So far we've seen students really get interested in the material and a lot of times memorize concepts that they otherwise wouldn't be as interested in.
We're going to learn what the scientific method is, and then we're going to talk about all the different individual components of the scientific method, okay? So does anybody have any idea what the scientific method is? Does anybody know if you guys learned about it yet?
We have a lot of great band members with us. We have a pianist, John Dixon, bassist, Darrell Campbell, drummer, Nate Wynn, saxophonist, Marcus Miller, and myself on trumpet.
Some of the other programs that we offer, Dr. Seuss, which deals with the history of Dr. Seuss and also his literary and poetic form. We also have a Going Green, which deals with recycling and reuse, because that's really not a thing that we do here in Detroit. We also have programs that deal with reading and phonics. And then we also have a very powerful program that deals with drug addiction and staying away from drugs and drug safety. And we come into the schools and we really try to impact kids, especially in the urban areas, with music and the arts, and then also add an academic flair to that. I think a program like the Learning Express is important because in this area, most of the arts programs have been cut out. So not only do the kids get exposed to music and the arts, it also helps them academically.
Can't you see how easy this is now? Can't you see? I said, can't you see?